it's Nicole for lawnfawn, and today I've got some reindeer tote bags to share with you. These were inspired by a card I created a few weeks ago showcasing the Tiny Tag Sayings stamp set, but I paired it with the reindeer from Cheery Christmas and Toboggan Together, and I thought it would be fun to create some coordinating tote bags. These are perfect for small gifts. I've tucked in some little felt ornaments I've created. You could put jewelry in them. I'm going to show some little jewelry cards tucked into them, but I love little tote bags like this for giving small gifts. It really just jazzes up the present and really makes it so special for the recipient. I have got a whole bunch of paper here. Here's the original card that inspired these tote bags. But these papers are all from the Lawn Fawn Perfectly Plaid Winter 6x6 paper pad, which if you've watched any of my videos from a couple of inspiration weeks back, you know that's probably my favorite. I love all of the plaid papers that came out for fall, winter, and Christmas. But this winter one probably is my favorite. I love aqua. I love the combination of aqua and gray. And I thought it would be fun to create some kind of non-traditional colored tote bags. So what I'm going to do here is go ahead and die cut my tote bags using the Lawn Fawn tote bag die. For each tote bag, you're going to need 2 panels. So from each of my pattern papers, I've got 2 pattern papers per pattern. I'm going to have to cut a tote bag for a total of 8. Then I have die cut some little circles using one of the cross-stitched circle dies. And I've die cut that from some Narwhal Lawn Fawn cardstock. Then I'm stamping some snow on each of these from the Snow Cool stamp set with the Yeti white pigment ink, my favorite white pigment ink. I love this. This is going to be the decorative accent for the front of each of my tote bags. I also have a bunch of little die cut tiny tags here. These are actually all left over from my card project. So I just simply grabbed a bunch of these and I'm going to stamp them with greetings from the Tiny Tag Saying stamp set. I stamped to and from on the back of each of those. I'm using a combination of Storm Cloud ink, Yeti ink, and Merman ink for each of these. So just kind of mixing and matching. Again, they were all already die cut. So it really kind of eliminated some of that extra work. At the time that I had created the card, I had said that I had die cut a bunch of these and saved them for another project. Well, they're perfect for gift bags or the little tote bags and treat bags and all those great little dies that Lawn Fawn has. And they're just perfectly sized. So I am going to go ahead and stamp them all up with a cute little greeting on the front, to and from on the back, and then I will attach all of these to the tote bags after I get them all stamped and die cut and embellished and put together. I love the mixing and matching here. Again, I'm just going to set all of these to the side. Very assembly line style, especially any time of the year, but especially this time of the year. I love to be able to create multiples of things like this. That way I have them on hand. All I have to do is tuck in a little gift. You could even put gift cards in them if you don't have, like the little ornaments or the jewelry or things like that that I'm showing here today. Put a little gift card in here and it just makes your gift so much more special. But definitely having them on hand and not having to create them last minute is so helpful and saves you so much time. I am taking all of my reindeer now and other images from Cheery Christmas and Toboggan Together and stamping them on some smooth white cardstock using an ink for Copic coloring. And then I'm going to color them in with Copic markers. The marker numbers that I used are going to be shown across the bottom of the screen here. All of the reindeer are colored exactly the same. So what I ended up doing to save a little bit of time is coloring only one of the reindeer on film And then I shut my camera off and colored the rest of them. But all of them are colored with the same exact color combination. The only difference is the two reindeer with antlers are I used E47 and 49 for the antlers, which you will see, but otherwise the color combination for the deer themselves is exactly the same. This is my favorite brown color combination of the moment or for the past year or so. I love it. It's E40, 43, 44, and sometimes 47, depending on if I want to go darker or not. But I love it. And then a little R00 for the cheeks. Here are those antlers with E47 and 49. Again, very quick coloring. I tried to save a lot of time by simply doing this assembly line style as well. I'm not using a ton of different colors or anything like that, keeping it pretty simple. Some shades of blue for the little Santa hat and the string of lights. Again, very, very easy. And then I'm going to stamp some of the ornament stamps from Cheery Christmas on my paper here using some black ink. I'm going to stamp the outline. Then there are solid images for both of these ornament shapes. And I am going to use Storm Cloud and I think Mermaid or Merman, which one? Merman ink to stamp all of these. The solid ornament image. Once I have that, I'm going to use the coordinating Cherry Christmas and Toboggan Together dies and die cut all of these images, pop all of them out, lay them down. I'm going to add any embellishment now, so some black glaze pen for the eyes and noses. Always a nice finishing touch to really make the faces pop. And once I have that done, I'm going to take the Wink of Stella clear glitter brush pen and go over the string of lights and the ornaments and things like that and just add a little bit of glitz and glimmer. These are holiday themed little gift bags after all, so I definitely want them to have some of that awesome glitter effect. I'm going to add it to the Santa hat as well. Then I've got my stack of tote bags here, and I'm going to show you how I like to put these together. If I have any embellishment, which on these I'm going to have this little circle and then all the little images. I want to do that part first. It's so much easier to attach them when the tote bag is flat. I've done it both ways when I have either changed my mind or forgotten, but it's so much easier when your tote bag is not assembled yet. So while all of the bags are flat, I am going to take some glue dots and attach all of my images. And I'm just creating a little scene on the circle on each. So where on the card I showed at the beginning of the video, they were all lined up across there, all of these images on one card, I've separated them out and I'm just using one deer per tote bag, but I'm adding some fun embellishments to each, some ornaments or the Santa hat, the string of lights. All of them have something to add just a little bit of interest and also go with the theme of aqua and gray. Once I have that part done, I am ready to start putting my tote bags together. I like to take a Teflon bone folder and I score each of those scoring lines from the die cut. You can kind of see them there, especially if you flip the paper over on the white side. But I like to use my bone folder to really get nice, crisp folds. It makes putting your tote bag together so much easier. Once I have that done, I'm going to put adhesive on all of the little flaps on both pieces for the tote bag. Put a little adhesive on the bottom of one of them and then simply put it together. I like to kind of pinch the sides on this tote bag to make sure the adhesive is nice and stuck. And there is my cute little tote bag. You can see I put you can put a little card of jewelry in there, all kinds of cute little things. I'm also taking some Lawn Fawn Trimmings twine and putting it on each of my gift tags and knotting them at the top of each. I'll show you how I attach those just here in a second. This lawn trimmings twine matches the aqua color so nicely in all of these perfectly plaid winter pattern papers. And the tag is such a nice finishing touch to a gift. I've got some nice confetti in gray that I'm going to attach, or excuse me, place inside each of my tote bags. Nice little way to dress them up. And really, I should have left the jewelry in there first and then put in all of my confetti. This confetti was purchased at Hobby Lobby. I'm sure you can buy it at lots of different discount centers or hobby and craft stores, or maybe even make your own if you want to. But I love the colorful confetti. I think it matches the plaid pattern papers really nicely. So I think putting this jewelry card, this particular one's kind of large, in first, tuck all that confetti around it. That's going to work so much better. And it actually worked better for the felt ornaments as well. That way I could get them tucked in there really nicely. Make it nice and full. And then I'm going to take some silk ribbon and tie it to one of the tote bag handles, one side or the other, kind of depending on which direction the deer is facing and things like that. This ribbon I have had on hand. I just tried to grab some ribbon that I thought coordinated, something from my stash. I'll thread that little tag onto the ribbon and then tie it in a bow on each of my tote bags. So I didn't leave the end long enough for a nice bow and tail on this one, so I'm going to redo that real quick. I probably should have ironed this ribbon before using it as well. It was a little wrinkly, but it ended up working just fine. Thread on my little tag. Go ahead and tie that in a bow. I'm just going to kind of fiddle and fuss with the bow a little bit till I get it just right, just perfect. Trim up those ends with some scissors. Make it nice and even, and I will do the same thing for the remaining 3 tote bags. Thanks for joining me today for these holiday reindeer tote bags showcasing Lawn Fawn stamps and dies. Be sure to visit the Lawn Fawn blog for more information on this project. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.